massive like story.
Just bam, yeah.
It was a piece of...
So the other day we did talk about Mr. Beast and his Squid Game, but now it's come out and it's currently seeing 111 million views. Emilio, you hated it. So I want to talk about why you hated it.
Don't say these words. I never said I hated it. I said it was a piece of... No, I didn't hate it. But... You want to start with my opinion?
Stronger words for that.
Let's start with the positive ones. Let's start with Asif. Leave me. I'm a weirdo.
Oh man, I thought it was really well done. Huge fan. I think it was like I showed it. The way I know that it's really well done is I show it to like some of my family members. Like if it piques my wife's interests and stuff, and other people in my family can also watch it and legit be like glued to it, then I know like it's done a great job. And I guess like I was looking at it from in terms of like an editing standpoint, like. Some things I found super interesting was like, did you see like, for example, if we were to drop like 3.5 million on like a video, and like fly all these people over and do like such a big, setup, I would think we'd start off with like this like massive like story, like drone shots and like cinematics and stuff like that. The way he started it, like right into the action, he literally just jumps. Yeah. Yeah, it just the video starts and it's like, we're here, Squid Game, we flew over this many people and we built these sets. Here we go, round one. And then they just start running, right? And so I think there was like a lot of lessons you could take from there, like in terms of like how we could edit like videos and stuff like that in order to like for example, a lot like I like doing intros and stuff like that. Maybe it works for me, but some people say it works better if like you jump right into it. Like people see, okay, AirPods in the title, they click on that video and jumps right into the AirPods. So I don't know, that got me thinking.
I thought it was interesting that he didn't, well, and it's not his style to do it, but like had you or I done this video, I feel like we would have done 6 weeks ago I posted a tweet saying TikTok saying if this gets this many likes I will make it in real life. Like he didn't. He literally was like just ignored the fact. He knew everyone knew that what he was making. It was just like here it is. One thing that was very interesting to me, and I had no idea, and it does change my opinion on it a little bit having now seen that, is so much of it was VFX. I thought it was literally...
Was it?
And in all of his TikToks that he posted, like it looks like it's legit real. But in... not all of them, but in the bridge one and the tug of war one, that was all VFX. Like the actual set.
I thought that was an actual set.
You go watch the actual like the logo in the background for the sponsorship, the fact that it's elevated. It's all VFX. What's more impressive about that though is it was all done in 10 days. That's quite an accomplishment.
Well, I mean, he has like over like hundreds of people working for him, so he probably broke it down into several different parts. But like, I had no idea it was VFX. Now that is interesting to me.
Yeah, okay. It was. Go on. I know you're waiting to talk. Go ahead.
Okay. Let's get the internet ready to hate me, because Mr. Beast is one of the most famous YouTubers right now. It's one of the people who everybody enjoys watching his videos. I'm not someone who is gonna critique or judge what Mr. Beast did on this video, and of course I don't have the knowledge, neither the experience, neither I have the views to say that what I watched wasn't the right for YouTube. But sadly enough, watching this video made me realize that people in our niche and people on YouTube, that they were saying it's different to make videos for YouTube and it's different to make good videos. I finally realized that this is a true story. And I realized that me as a viewer, I'm a total different kind of viewer, that I'm not gonna enjoy this kind of videos. And let me analyze now what I mean. Yes, it was 10 days. It was a very short period of time to create the set, to create the virtual effects, to create the doll. We saw the video that he collaborated with a dude to create the doll, to get all the clothes, blah, 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 blah. I can respect that from the team that Mr. Beast had. On the other side, I was expecting for a lot of big YouTubers that I never saw there, because, correct me if I'm wrong, I thought that there were going to be some YouTubers already and some of the people who bought his shirts and on TikTok and on YouTube, etc. We saw only, without wanting to say anything about the people, right? But it's what's considered NPC, not the real actors that we were expecting to see on this.
No, I think he did make that pretty clear, though. I think he said he was just gonna randomize 465 entrants. Like nobody's gonna be selected. Yeah.
Okay. So we didn't have any famous YouTubers in the list from the beginning, right? I was wrong.
You did, yeah.
So that was an expectation that I had. I was wrong to have it, but I had this.
Were you looking forward to it, to see more people?
Yeah. Logan Paul.
That'll be fun.
That would be more fun. Of course, I understand it could be much more difficult because we're trying to have guests here on the podcast. It's not easy to have guests. So imagine to have the opportunity to tell them, get out of everything that you're doing and come fly to me.
If Mr. Beast says, I'm making a viral video, come over, I'm pretty sure anybody would drop it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think for some reason that he's going to do some form of play on this in his own way, and then maybe bring, just my thoughts, but maybe bring people in for that. Like if we'll call it like the Mr. Beast games or something like that.
No, he did say, I think he was going to make this an annual thing, I think. So this is going to be year over year.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of the video itself, guys, I believe that we live in an era where people who make videos for YouTube have all the necessary equipment and have amazing knowledge to create videos in the level of Netflix or Hulu or the cinematography side of things.
Agreed.
And if you ask me, for people who like this kind of content, that was a very, we started, as you said, Tassif, in this video I recreate the Squid Games, and let's start with the first game as well. This is what the experts of YouTube say: go in the hook the viewer in the first 5 seconds, give them what you promised them in your thumbnail. But the question here is, did we watch Squid Games in real life? Or did we watch Squid Games on the Mr. Beast format, on the Dude Perfect format? Because even if it was a Dude Perfect format, I would enjoy it more. I enjoy watching videos from Dude Perfect. I don't enjoy watching videos neither from Mr. Beast, neither PewDiePie. So why the f*** am I doing YouTube? Anyway.
Yeah. You mean... yeah, I see what you're saying. You mean... from like a composition standpoint, from a lighting sound point and the sound design sound point, like as like a cinematic video, it's that's not his style. So I think you're right. It was the Mr. Beast Squid Game, basically.
Yeah, I mean these guys like I think we talked about this in one of our last podcasts, right? Like these guys intentionally make it look
that way
a lot more like unreal, like realistic, like fake, more real, less cinematic, more like lifelike, so that you kind of feel like you're there with them. And I feel like it makes it more relatable. And like a personal anecdote from my stuff, like the video that I filmed like that short literally on my phone, did it in like 10 minutes, uploaded it. It's like over 2 million views now. And it's like, why am I spending so much time on like doing like all of these like cinematic videos and stuff like that? It makes you think. Like I do it obviously because I enjoy it, and so I'll probably still continue doing it. But like it's like, if it's as easy as just picking up your phone and just smashing upload on like a whole bunch of stuff, and some of these things take off, then it's like, am I even doing the right thing? Like, should I just change everything to like just recording quickly on my phone?
I believe it all ends to who your viewer is and what kind of videos you create. Recently, I'm very inspired and I'm amazed from the content that I see from Harris and from Yes Theory. And
Johnny Harris?
Yeah, Johnny Harris and the Yes Theory team that they made also. They have the channel of Seek Discomfort. They have all the other YouTube channels that they're related there, right? And I'm trying to figure out, as an editor, because that's what I do, I'm an editor, how much time they spend on creating these videos. And also, when I finish with the editing stuff, I'm watching how they're filming their videos. And I'm like, dude, they're filming to edit. So the guy who is also filming from there, it's very on point. Because, again, it's what you like to see. to be honest,
Mm.
it's okay to have an entertainment video, but
Mhm.
doesn't get tired all the time. Also, do they get cocaine or something? How do they have all this kind of energy? In this video, what can I say? Blah, blah,
They're
blah.
young.
Bro,
They're young.
You know, there is a word here in Greece that it says επιτιδευμένο in Greek, but in English it says that you're trying very hard to prove that what you're doing is natural. But it's not.
Well,
But you're trying to.
It's a performance, right? It's
yeah.
a performance. Like the
entertainer.
whole thing is, yeah, he is a modern day entertainer of sorts.
I
Yeah,
mean, whatever he's doing, it's
probably
proven,
isn't
right?
like that in real life.
Yeah, like I mean, if you take a look at the actual metrics and like how well he's done, like I mean, that itself is like proof
Yeah,
of like
who
I
we
guess
are.
it's doing what what society in general, like mostly. I'm assuming his audience is mostly millennials. You would say so? Yeah.
8
I'd
years
be
old.
interested to
see
8
that.
years, 12 years old.
No, I would. Yeah,
Nah.
maybe a little older. Yeah. Maybe. But like, I'd be interested to see that. But like, I think whatever he's doing, it's working because every single video, like, people get hooked and people are right into it. But I agree with you in terms of my favorite type of videos. I would say also Johnny Harris, that style, like the way he makes his videos. Even Josh Yo, like. Or like if you want to go on the fun side, I really like Potato Jet, for example. I would say is a little more farther away from Johnny Harris' style and a little closer towards Mr. Beast.
Yeah,
but it's not.
Tassif, sorry,
as-
I'm not talking for a niche right now. I'm not talking for the niche of the cinematographers or gear reviewers.
No, I mean like style. Are you talking about style?
If we're talking about style, even the one lens film
Yeah.
that Chris produces for the past year, it's one of the best pieces of the content on YouTube. Like you hear his voice, he takes the lens,
you're too
he
kind.
films a video, and you see exactly how this lens is gonna film with a specific camera. And you can
I think that's
relax,
a
you can
really good niche. Yeah.
do your cigarette, you can take a drink your coffee in the morning, and let's say, okay,
Is that what
5
you're doing,
minutes,
Chris?
7 minutes of my day,
No,
and I'm
but-
gonna watch a video that I'm gonna learn something, how the lens shoots, with the combination of the camera, and I'm gonna travel for a little bit. That's exactly what Yes Theory does. You
An
watch
escape,
a documentary style of video that it's not the cinematic documentary style. It's more of a TV.
Yeah.
It's like a TV show, like a Dude Perfect. You see the tricks. Yeah, it's a little bit annoyed every time after the trick to see 8 people say, yeah, yeah. And it gets every 30 seconds on a 10 minutes video. It's a little bit, again, what I said before, επιτιδευμένο. But, again, you watch a great cinematography, very good sound design, very good color grading, nice acting, you know what I mean? That's why I can't understand YouTube. I can't understand, even if I can start from the first place, how PewDiePie became so famous. What he was doing that he was so special. I'm not a gamer,
It's just
I don't
him.
play Minecraft.
It's him. Yeah, it's a
I think
it's a
Emilio's,
personality you're drawn to.
Yeah. I think Emilio's pondering quitting YouTube and becoming a DP now.
No.
Yeah.
On the other side, I can understand how people enjoyed watching Casey Neistat videos. How people
Yeah.
enjoyed watching Peter McKinnon's videos. They're characters. They bring entertainment with only standing and talking. That's a gift. That's a charisma. Right?
It would be really interesting to know if he watches the content that like Mr. Beast, Jimmy watches the content that, like the same style of content that he produces. You know what I mean? Like that would be very, like we're saying right now that we love Johnny Harris, but like none of us make Johnny Harris style content. Like Mr. Beast
Correct.
makes his very, very in your face, over the top, dramatic, here's a hook, you're going to watch it content, but is that the style of content that he watches, or does he knows that it works and he's just constantly trying to do the same thing but a little bit better each time? Like that would be interesting to know. I've never heard him personally, I think, say what
I
he
believe
watches.
in his interview with Colin Samir, he said that he watches all of his videos.
Not his videos. I mean, like the kind of thing that he watches, like outside of his videos. If he watches
I remember
anything.
he said that he watches a lot of YouTube and he watches different styles of YouTubers.
Right.
He doesn't have a specific
Yeah.
area that he
Okay.
watches.
So that's what I mean. He's literally just doing it as he's treating it as a business, basically.
100% if you ask him.
So
He was the guy who was just reading phrases, and he was watching videos for 10 or 24 hours straight.
Yeah.
He was the guy
I don't
who
think
said
there's anything
PewDiePie,
wrong
right?
with... Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with treating it as a business, because if that's what you do, if
For sure.
it is a job ultimately, right? Like, so you have to look at it as, this is what pays my bills, and I can do what I want to do. But if there's going to come a point where it's like, well, you can continue that, but if you keep dropping views, you're not going to get sponsors, and like, you're not going to be able to continue.
You know,
right?
the good thing...
At the end of the day,
it's a fine line.
Yeah. Go ahead, Emilio.
No, go ahead.
No, go.
I have some more dramatic thing to say. So go ahead, I'm going to take it.
Before we go to the next dramatic talk point. No, I was gonna say I think Jimmy's smart in what he does, because he knows exactly. Like, I feel like me personally, okay, I don't know about you guys, but like I'm still not sure what is my proposition. Like, how do I want to view YouTube, right? Like, am I in it to get views? Am I in it just for the artistic perspective of it? Am I in it to make it like, my day job, but just good enough so that I can survive? Or do I want it to like blow up and make a lot of money, right? I think Jimmy has it figured out. Like, he's like, you know what? This is what I want to do. I want to max my views. I want to be the biggest YouTuber, and whatever I need to do to get to that position is fair game. And that's what he's doing, right? So I think once you have like your eye on something where you're like, okay, this is exactly the value prop that I want to achieve. And I think you can see like anytime he talks or any podcast he's on, he constantly says like, he's like, I eat, sleep, breathe YouTube, right? Like, I can't do that. That's not for me, but for him, that's the thing he's the most passionate about. So for him it works, right? And like we could see like in terms of like YouTube, like he's probably one of the most successful in all of history. But yeah, like I have you guys figured out what your value prop is? Like, what are you guys trying to achieve?
Chris, go ahead.
Emilio's like, I need to think. I'm gonna think.
No. I'm going for a big exit.
He's like,
I'm going for a big exit. Wait,
he's like, how do I do this without swearing too much?
No. I got it. We have the beeps now.
He's going for the execution.
Let's go ahead.
He's going for the finale. We're going to end on a high note, or bad note, I guess. The more I do it, the longer I do it, the more I want to do things that I want, but I'm coming to the conclusion that it's such an opportunity to be able to make videos for a living. It's like, well, it is a job. Like you should treat it as a job in some respects. There are aspects of a job that you have. There are aspects of any job that you like and that you hate. Things that get monotonous, things that get boring. But ultimately, it is a job. And this is way better than any alternative I've ever done in my life before.
100%.
So... yeah, like I'm super grateful that I even get to do it. So yeah, I think the sponsors and sometimes making content that is not what you'd love to make, but is going to get views. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's important to continue doing things like your own side stuff as well, and maybe put those out now and then, or continue to work on those. And that's why I've started like a separate vlog channel. It's more of an outlet there. But in general, yeah, like, if it pays the bills, why not?
Interesting. Emilio?
I'm 36 years old. I started as a graphic designer back when I was 16 years old. When the internet started, I knew that was the next phase, that it's going to take over. So I immediately started and became a web developer.
Smart.
When I was a kid, I was playing music. I was playing the guitar, and as I transitioned and I get the master diploma in guitar, and I moved on with piano, with percussion, with other instruments. And music was one of my biggest passions. When I was studying, I was 18 years old. Basically, I was younger, but when I was 18 years old, I was also singing and playing into clubs, bars, restaurants, anything like that.
How old were you there? Early 20s?
18.
18. Oh, wow. Okay.
That transition on my life for 2 years made me realize that something that I loved, and it was one of my biggest passions and one of my biggest hobbies in my life, was transitioning into a business. It was transitioning into a job. And I said, wait a minute, you love music. You can't do it as a job. You need to treat it like something that you're passionate about and you love. So I continued working as a web developer, as a graphic designer, as a digital marketeer. And through all these days, all this period, I loved taking pictures and I loved making videos. I was, the kind of guy that had the Super 8 VHS in his hand by he was kid and he was saying to his father, come on, I want to record as well, And as soon as I had the option to get into montages and editing, I was starting editing family moments at first. And then, as 90% of the people, weddings, right? Weddings and how you transition to go into this business. Videos for me, and also YouTube, because when I started YouTube, one of the biggest things that I had in mind was that I have some knowledge, not very big knowledge, but I have some knowledge that I like to give the knowledge to other people. So I will give on my YouTube channel what I know, and I will learn at the same time new things to teach on the YouTube channel that I have. And of course, we like gear, we like tech. If I have the chance to make reviews on that gear as well, from my perspective, I will get it. So 3 years have passed. I have my YouTube channel, something I never considered to have. And we are in the phase right now that everyone is watching that the views are not good. It's not what it used to be. More and more people are starting the YouTube channel. That means that more and more people need to be discovered, and that means that a lot of our videos are not going to be favored by the algorithm, if the algorithm exists or anything like that. So for me, it was a great period to understand, first of all, why I started it in the first place, the YouTube channel, and what I wanted to be as the months are going forward. And what I realized is that the last 3 videos that I created on the channel, that is more of an entertaining way of making gear reviews or even teaching, but in a more entertaining way, is exactly what Emilio is. Because Emilio is not speaking English in his native language, he's Greek, right? But he makes mistakes. He can't talk like he's talking in Greek. I wasn't able to express what I have as a humor, as a character or anything like that. And that was a great opportunity for me that came with you guys when we created this podcast, to talk, to make errors. I know people who are listening to us right now or watching us says, this guy needs to learn English. He's doing errors all the time. But, you don't laugh at me, you don't make fun of me. And why I said this is going to be dramatic is that, as I'm finishing this long sentence, is that most of the very successful YouTubers are following procedures that I don't even like to watch. So what I'm going to keep doing for YouTube is to creating the content, not the content that I like, but the content that makes me feel better every day. If I get views, I got them. If I get audience, I got it. Am I going to be the next Mr. Beast? I don't want to be the next Mr. Beast. Am I gonna be the next Peter McKinnon? Who knows? Probably not. I don't have hair, and no tattoos. But anyway.
No, I think that was well said, Emilio. I think
very well said.
Yeah. Everybody's trying to emulate what they think is the most successful thing, but I guess what we should be asking ourselves is, what do we want? Like, what do we actually like? Like, it's not necessarily what's the most successful. It's more what makes you happy to wake up every day doing this and, interacting with your family and whatnot. And yeah, that's
you know what? I need to say publicly a huge thank you, first of all, to my wife for standing next by me whenever I had my downs, whenever I have, the ups and downs. You two motherfuckers helped me a lot, because people, they don't know that we also have the messages, and whenever it's down someone, or I was the kind of the guy that I was telling you, I'm going to quit everything, or I don't know what to do, or I don't like anything. You were always there. The past year, and I think it's like a year, right? The past year. You're always there for me to tell me.
Coming close, yeah.
Yeah. And also Lila. I don't know, she probably won't listen to this episode, but Lila also was one of the friends in the community that helped me a lot. So thank you. Thank you.
she's super nice. Yeah.
Mel, you're gonna make us
So
cry
now I
this episode.
now I know why you're wearing sunglasses today. You had this planned all along, and
Yeah,
behind those
yeah.
glasses,
And
he
this
is
episode is going to
bawling.
be why
He is-
Emilio Takas
There is
quitting
just
YouTube.
tears,
There's tears. Yeah,
tears behind his eyes.
his pants are wet right now
Yeah,
because of the tears. Yeah, yeah,
and a different
Just-
reason.
yeah.
And that's how we end it.
Yeah.